Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's Warned East. We're doing a special bonus episode, and this one is brought to you by my Patreon supporter, Thoughout. If you would like to see additional content as well, head down to patreon.com, see which level of support suits you. We're dealing with Army Group Center, trying to cross the Dnieper during this turn. Let's jam. Let's throw something there. Game. Launch a heavy attack. Alright. That's good. Very well. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually a bit concerned here, so yeah, I'm not surprised. Can you cross, actually? No. You're stuck. There's a unit there. Alright, let's have them block this area. Can you go into Schlobin? No. Okay. Hey. You already very likely cannot cross. No, they can't. Well, that's great. Amazing. What are you part of? This okay. Let's put you under the 46 militarized core. That's probably better. Okay. Now then. 14, you'll be at 18, 19, yeah. Now, I should put on the roads, because now, yeah, there we are. Even though this is a poor road, it still makes it so that I'm using one less per movement. Which means that I can actually capture Gomel already now. Yeah, let's keep them parked there. Okay. So I guess from there, what I should try to do is at the very least get around them, but then get on the road again, at least here. I have to make a choice. Well, either way, I'm only going to be able to get up till there. So I'll just leave that for now, and I'll try to continue with these guys. Like, they could potentially go further, but that doesn't help me, I think. Bye. Alright, good. Then I still... Yeah, let's just do a hard attack here. Also because I would lose a lot more tanks otherwise. I just cannot take that risk. There's no way I'm making that attack. Maybe if I have a total of 3 units, a soft attack might cut it, but then it's still pretty risky. Yeah, okay, good. Did work. At least they retreated to wherever. Actually, the Panzer Division has slightly less movement, although this is... Okay, they can get into Vitebsk and try to hold it. Yeah, sure. Not sure how effective they'll be. If I have to do more attacks, to be honest, I'd rather do it with the motorized division. Yeah. Okay, so next up, $13.17. I do need a unit that will get fairly far in there, so let's just say 17, 15. I don't think they're gonna make it, so let's actually grab this motorized unit and see how far that can get across the river, because if there are any complications in here, well, it's gonna be troublesome anyway. It costs 6 to cross. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one I take, but then this is already on the road, so that's better. Straight up. Now, the chance that I'll have a unit at Mogilev itself is like 90% or so. So I'm not willing to bet on that. What I am willing to bet on is this. So whatever units they have there are encircled. And I'll just do this now. Okay, that leaves a lot of room, but there's no railroad here, so the chance that they are going to have a unit over in here is very unlikely, and then the chance that these guys will be able to move all the way there. I mean, it could happen. I'm not saying it's impossible. It was worse for them, I think. 5, 9. Yeah. I also don't know what this is. But I guess for now, this will transfer to me anyway at this point. My problem is that I'm quite sure they will have a unit in there. I mean, just like with Mogilev, which is a major hub, there's no way they're gonna let it slide. I actually never thought about it before, but now that we have this game, the Germans could have basically bypassed Kalinin and just went from Rzhev to Moscow. And it's like, why would you go to Kalinin besides that you want to encircle Moscow? But now that I've been thinking about it, there's a major railroad going to Veliki Luki, going all the way up, like it's a double rail. And then technically that leads both to Leningrad, and this is, you know, the Germans did cut that rail line from this side, obviously. But then this one was still running before. So by then moving towards Kalinin, you are effectively also cutting off the rail line going down into this area from there. Yeah, they still have some rail, namely this single rail line at that point going in through here. And I guess that's the major advantage of cutting that off. It's that the Russians then have to pour all of their supplies through this one single file rail line there. And that must be terrible. Yeah, so then the moment that they re-block this, or unblock Kalinin, they actually have this double rail again. So that must make it a lot easier for them to go in here. I'm quite sure they would not be able to pull off a serious offensive in this area if the Germans hold Kalinin. It's just straight up impossible because they have this one single line railroad. Unless they improve that single line railroad, but... I don't see them doing that quickly. 7, 5, 1. Another question that I think is pretty interesting is whether I would be able to encircle Smolensk. Which would substantially help in getting it. But then I would need to get a unit at least here and here. And getting it all the way around does not seem to be possible. So I would have to bank on the enemy just abandoning it. I'm not so sure on whether... they would do that. Now, they could link up there. And that would be a problem. That it would. Now, if I can get in here, the forces that are here do not have any rail line to get out. Practically. All right, let's try to take it then. I need to get the HQ closer. It's barely made it, seems like. Seems like they have a unit in there, and hope I'm not losing too many tanks on this. Ah, of course. Just 22. Ah, I could miss 22. That's actually not enough. Neither are you. I need to cut the rail in here. I could also move here, potentially try to cut it there. The yeah, because otherwise they could still get up through here, but now the rail is actually cut because they don't have a rail line here, like on this piece. So even though now I'm unable to capture Veliki Luki. This might ultimately be better. And an interesting thing that is also the case here is that whatever is down here might now get encircled. My biggest fear, though, is that Orsha will be lost. Now, what I could do, what it makes them exceptionally weak, 3, and then together they become 10. Actually did estimate this to be more powerful. I guess not. I'm not sure. Okay, so the rail line in this area is indeed completely destroyed. Suggests that I do have to pull these guys back all the way. I'll just go and take a look at what this is. Okay, this should just be routed. There's no real reason to really keep this alive, especially because, yeah, it has some value, I guess, but really, I have to be annoying. There we go. It's not a great, you know, thing there. But at least it makes it more likely that they're not going to be able to break this encirclement of, you know, even though it's not that many forces currently. Yeah, dealing with that is not an issue. Yeah, you should actually attack here. Okay, not bad. Actually, do like it. It gives a bit more security. Even though you cannot move. Do I want to keep you in Pskov itself? It would give me access to both these hexes. Sure. I would have liked seeing these taken as well, but I guess we're okay here. Yeah, with that said, I cannot get these guys under the HQ, unfortunately. They're gonna have to rest regardless. My infantry is in no way capable of catching up, as we've already seen. Wow, I already forgot which corps this is. 35th. I already discussed that they can't really use their... Well, they kind of have to use the rail. Just to make sure that they don't get a whole lot of fatigue even in that area. Oh, no. All right. That concludes Army Group Center's part, at least. Not too bad, I suppose. I'm threatening 2 more encirclements, one here and here. They will have a tough time getting out of it because they don't have a rail line anywhere to be found. They would either have to walk through this. And their supplies must be terrible, given that. Well, they could technically get supplies from Vrilikilikui. Maybe it's not that bad. But you can't cut it even further. Maybe I should have gotten down to this hex. But then I wouldn't have cut at least the roads. Can't allow them to retake Vitebsk. I would lose a lot of, or yeah, not just out of the blue. I would lose 5 manpower. That would give me a lot of heavies, or a reasonable amount at any rate. I don't know how much this level has 4, for example. How much is Smolensk? 16 out of itself. We have a really long way to go still. If I capture Smolensk, Vyazma, getting to Vyazma is only half the way. No, even less. Before I get to go to Moscow. Alright, well, Army Group South time. The problem was that somehow they broke out of that pocket again, and I'm not too pleased about that. So the one thing that I do want to do is find another area where I can potentially create another encirclement. That's basically what I'm looking at now. So I'm not getting any ground support either. This might also be an opening. Thing is that these are rather weak, these security units. But the question is, what are you encircling there? It's not much. I want them to get pushed back. Jeez. Didn't make it. Come on. So now I also... I always love it when they just decide to just go, even if there is no protection whatsoever. Like, this unit is insanely powerful here. There's just no way to deal. them retreating doesn't really help all that much. Given let's try to push them back into the pocket. Because I might be able to get another smaller encirclement around this area. But then I would need to push those guys back as well. And possibly rout them. Or at least make them retreat. That's fine the way it's going there, because now they do need to rest though. There are 3 only. Okay, well let's get another division in there. Oh. Good, and this is more than likely just going to be a fortress. Okay. Now, these units will always get... Well, actually this rail is cut. I mean, they could get onto that rail line, and then they would technically be fine, in a way. But if I can get to Coruscant through some other means, or move up, we'll have another big encirclement coming along anyway. However, one thing, yeah, luckily I can make sure that this is okay. I'm actually in a pretty problematic spot with these, but let's continue up here. Okay, well, at least these guys can get into this hex, which makes it possible for me to go into here, just attack them. I actually want to take that hex quite badly. Yeah, I already cannot take that back. However, let's keep you in here. It might be possible for me to try another encirclement of these forces near Proskurov. They have a lot of tank units there. I do think then such will be... they'll be quite good, but let's take a look at some of these other moves. My the only units, well, actually I can bring up these two at least for a soft attack on this guy. And if I put you under the mountain Romanian Corps, I might actually pull something like that off. I'll just let them help in clearing that. Whereas I want the cavalry rather just to try and hold here in this sector. And they're doing fine. So you need to be part of the 11th Corps if you want to move up as well. There we go, and then they will start moving up. No, they actually have a unit there. Let's just park you in here for now. That should be okay. Anyway, I see that my time is already up, so I'm gonna wrap up Armor Group South during the next episode. I can make a pretty decent encirclement probably there as well. That doesn't snag me all the Soviet forces, but hopefully that will give me the encirclements that I need in order to decisively start moving forward in this particular area. Because currently it's tough. Anyway, I want to thank everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. And I will... oh, no thanks. And I'll see you on the next one. So, take care, see you then, and bye-bye. But that's not before I give a special shout out to all my Patreon supporters: Poom Narao, Dungeon Pastor, Tomislav Chung, Thomas B. Marshall, C Data, and Swords. Bye-bye, everyone.